Robert?
Yeah.
You awake?
Yeah. Oh, what time is it?
Early.
Oh. It's with the light on.
I wanted to have a good look at you.
What's wrong?
Nothing with me. Are you all right?
Well, yeah, I'm tired, that's all.
Well, I'm not surprised. You've been tossing and turning all night.
Yeah, well, sorry, did I keep you awake?
Yes, but that's okay. You usually sleep like a rock.
My mind's a little on the overactive side at the moment.
What about?
Well, I really haven't quite pieced it all together yet. In my head.
Can I help?
Just try to go back to sleep.
Well, what's the point? I mean, since we're all up now, why don't we talk about it? Get it off your chest.
When I work it all out, I'll tell you.
It's Grant Andrews, isn't it?
Well, isn't this nice?
I thought a little breakfast in bed would help you feel better.
Can't make me feel any worse.
Oh, don't count on it.
Do I really want to know?
No, but you're going to learn it eventually.
What now, I wonder? Damn it. What is it with this paper? They take every piece of news they find and reduce it to the sleaziest possible level.
Sells papers, unfortunately.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's also dashed my hopes that maybe...
What? It's Grant, isn't it? That's why you couldn't sleep.
I'm not sure I should be talking about it, Holly.
I know you don't like to discuss your police business.
No, look, it's not that, really.
Well, this time should be an exception. I mean, we're very close to Grant and Celia.
That's precisely the problem. I mean, we're close. We were close. I owe the guy an enormous great debt. That is, he saved your life.
But
But the evidence is stacking up against him.
how?
I don't see that I've got any choice at this point but to hand over all my evidence to the DA, then go ahead and arrest Grant.
You really think he tried to kill Celia and Grant Putnam?
It appears that way.
But you're not sure.
Well, I'm sure of the evidence. I'm just not sure of my feelings. It's hard to be objective.
But you've gone over everything.
Dozens of times in my head.
Well, do you think maybe if you talked to me about it, it would help?
Can you be impartial?
Yes, if it helps Grant.
What about convicting him?
Then it would help Celia. I mean, the stakes are high either way. So what have you got so far?
Okay. Let's look at the motive, money.
The will.
Right. If Celia and Grant Putnam die, he gets the lot.
But he was the one who was making a fuss about not wanting to be in it in the first
But
place.
Celia also overheard him say to Tanya that he'd run off with her if he got his hands on the money.
I know, but it is possible that she misunderstood that.
I don't think so. View of the fact that she saw them in bed together.
What an awful thing to have to run in on.
Yeah. I can't imagine it did much for her trust in him either.
Which was pretty low anyway. But this is all circumstantial.
That's right, it's her word against his.
You don't have anything more solid?
Yeah. Grant's story concerning his whereabouts during the explosion doesn't seem to hold up.
How?
2 people saw him at the cabin. One just after the explosion, another one saw him driving away in his car.
Oh, that's not very good.
It gets better. He had access to explosive material.
Well, from where?
Construction site where he works.
Oh, no.
And his footprints were found at the lake.
I don't understand it. I mean, Grant, why?
Goes back to the will. If Putnam and Celia are dead, he collects a bundle.
But he was never terribly interested in money.
People change.
That much? The Grant Andrews that we knew would never have done anything so deliberately evil.
Look, I used to think the same way until something occurred to me.
What?
How well do we know him? I mean, the guy was trained by the DVX, after all.
Yeah, but he denounced them.
Holly, I'm not a WSB agent anymore, but I still think like one. There's no telling how deep his indoctrination goes.
Yeah, I remember he said that he started training when he was a child.
Then we had the most damaging piece of evidence. 2 doctors have stated that he could not possibly have been knocked out for all those hours.
He lied. He couldn't account for where he was. I just don't understand. We were such good friends.
Yeah, that's probably why I've been hesitating, but I can't allow the friendship to get in the way any longer. I mean, the whole thing's too well laid out. The implications are all too obvious.
Well, that Grant did it.
Yeah, just as I said. That's how it appears. Well, thanks, love. I needed this little chat.
I think I'm terribly happy about it, though.
Well, whatever. I now know what I've got to do.
I think that covers it.
You want to go ahead then?
See why not?
Anything maybe we've overlooked?
We've got witnesses that saw Andrews at the scene of the crime. He has no alibi as to his whereabouts. He had motive.
Yeah, the evidence is pretty overwhelming.
I agree. That's just for starters. We also know that he...
I know what we've got.
What's the problem?
I didn't sleep too well last night.
Well, you'll sleep better now. Done a good job on this, Robert.
You still going to go ahead and try the case here in Port Charles?
Well, it's in the county seat, and Putnam's cabin is within its jurisdiction.
But is he going to get a fair trial here?
That's my job as GA to see that he does. By the way, are you getting full cooperation from those people up there?
Yeah, they've been very helpful.
I bet old Sheriff Daly's wishes that he could get this case tried up there by some publicity dragging in a former spy for murder.
Yeah, I guess he must have had a twinge or two of doubt about handing over such a notorious investigation.
But he's okay?
Yeah, totally cooperative.
Yeah, good. Speaks well of him. Anyway, a case like this is best handled in the county seat. I'm equipped for that sort of thing here.
Any doubts, questions?
No, as far as I'm concerned, we got a good case.
Anything else I can do?
Arrest Grant Andrews for attempted murder.
Hello, Holly. Well, well, have you just been to Beatrice? No, why? You look positively glowing. I do? Oh, you just had a massage.
Oh, yes, of course. The best ever.
Oh, I better run.
Just a minute.
You busy?
Yeah, I'm all, I am.
Oh, I was just wondering if I could get a massage.
I'm sorry, Holly, but I'm all booked up.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Certainly seemed to have done wonders for Sylvia.
Yeah. Well, perhaps another time. Anything else?
Oh, no, I just would have really liked to have had a massage.
Call early next time.
I'm here for a day of exercise and beauty.
What a good idea.
Yes, well, it was Lorena's with a little push from Monica.
Oh, I didn't do that much pushing.
I was going to call you earlier on. Oh, I'm okay. Fine, really.
Ladies, doesn't Sylvia look marvelous?
Yes. Yeah, looks absolutely radiant. What have you done with yourself?
Well, it's the creams I got from Beatrice.
And I've got some new ones.
I'm so relieved to know that your creams are really good for the skin after all.
They are wonderful.
How can they not be? Absolutely everything at this spa is wonderful.
Beatrice?
Yes, you have a delivery.
Flowers! For moi!
Every everything at the spa is wonderful, Ring.
Ah, a card.
Well, don't keep us in suspense.
I'll tell you all about it. Miss you, still want you, with love. Dukey.
Well, knowing you, Beatrice, I would say that Dookie would be a real Duke.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Well, I'm impressed. Royalty.
How nice.
I've known a few in my time, but I tell you, I never expected to get flowers from this one.
Why would I be mad at Robert?
It's just all that we've been so close with Grant and you, and now what's happening is...
Go on.
It doesn't look very good, Celia.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Alan and I are going to have dinner at the Riv later tonight. You want to join us?
No, Monica, I'm just going to go on home.
Oh, please, no more bad news.
Yeah, nothing I want to talk about right now.
Well, come on. You sure you won't join us?
I'm sure. Thank you.
I'll see you later. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
I'm sorry. Nothing I didn't already know.
No, then maybe I shouldn't have brought it up.
No, Holly, Grant is still my husband. If it looks like he's going to be arrested, then I think I ought to know about it.
Robert, well, I got the warrant for Grant Andrews' arrest.
Ready? Never takes long when you want it.
Well, there are very few warrants we don't want in a hurry.
Yeah, this is probably the exception.
What? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I can imagine how you feel.
You know, it's really funny.
What is?
I keep thinking back to the old days when Grant was just young Dr. Putnam.
Seems like a couple of lifetimes ago.
I used to think that guy was squeaky clean, you know. I couldn't have been more wrong. But we still had good times together.
Well, I'm sure Celia and Holly had a lot to do with that.
Damn it, Bert, he became my friend.
Well, that just shows you what a master he is at the game.
I guess I'll keep on thinking about that all the way through this.
Well, look, if you want, I can do this myself.
No. I'll do it.
Robert, why put yourself through this? For me, it'll be simple, sweet, easy.
Well, I guess I'd like to carry out my duty as I see it.
Oh, okay.
All the evidence points to the fact that he's the one we're after, so that's all there is to it. Now I'll take the warrant.
That's the way you want.
I imagine I'll find him at the gatehouse.
You want me to have my boys check?
No, I'll track him down. No, I must be getting old.
Well, aren't we all? But why bring that up?
Well, you know, I'd have bet any money on this, that Putnam was the bad guy.
Well, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, don't always trust your instincts.
Robert?
Hello, Grant. I stopped off at the gatehouse. When you weren't there, well,
I just wanted to see Celia.
Yeah, I understand.
I wasn't going to talk to her or do anything. I would never harm her, Robert. What is it you want?
Grant,
What? More questions? I've already told you everything I know.
No more questions.
Then what?
Grant, I have a warrant for your arrest. You better come with me.
Came just as soon as I got your message. What's up? Take a guess, Jake.
Robert? Grant's being booked on suspicion of attempted murder.
Could you just...
Well, excuse me, please. Listen, let's clear the hallway here, officers, and no more people beyond the waiting room as of right now. Have a seat.
Thanks.
How's he doing?
Well, no worse than to be expected. No better, either.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt right the way down the line. Finally, the whole thing got too much. The DA said, bring him in, and that's exactly what I've done.
I'd like to see the evidence.
It's all here, every last damning detail of it.
One of those sightings could have been Grant Putnam rather than Grant Andrews.
We had a lineup. 2 witnesses picked. Andrews over Putnam.
Lineups have been wrong before.
Look, I know what you're thinking. I'm the last person in the world that's ever thought that Grant Andrews would have been capable of something like this. But the evidence doesn't lie.
Yeah. Witnesses, footprints.
Opportunity and motive.
What motive? The man loved his wife. He proved that when the DVX ordered him to kill her, and he wouldn't. Why would he now?
Because he stood to inherit a rather large chunk of money with Grant and Celia out of the way.
I didn't even want to be in that will. I was a witness to that myself.
He obviously hasn't told you about Tanya.
The reported girlfriend?
You've been reading the papers.
Only when it's about my friends.
I have a witness who overheard Grant say to Tanya he'd be happily out of this place if only he had the money to do it.
Who's your witness?
Celia Quartermain. Here are my notes. You're welcome to look at them. Look, Jake, I would never have brought Grant in if I didn't think the DA had a positive case for proving him guilty.
Well, I am not interested in whether or not the DA can prove him guilty. The only thing I'm interested in is whether or not Grant Andrews actually is guilty. That's my job.
Even if there isn't a shred of evidence to support his story?
Well, plenty of shreds. I intend to follow up on every one of them.
You know, when I hear that kind of talk, I know our DA's in for a real fight. He's got himself a formidable opponent here.
Well, for the time being, one indication that Grant is lying, and I dropped the case.
I'm happy to hear that integrity is still alive and well in your profession.
Well, I'm doing my best.
Now, let me check you out.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Robert.
thanks.
Excuse me. Glad I caught you.
Yes, he's been arrested, and now you can't see him.
Look, I'm going over to see Celia. I thought I might get her some more information.
Any information pertinent to Celia, I'll deliver myself.
In other words, you're not talking.
Not to anybody yet.
I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind, Jimmy Lee.
Right now?
Well, yeah, if Robert can show me to a room that's not being used.
Use mine. I have an appointment down the road.
Great, Jimmy Lee.
I only got a few minutes, Jake.
That's all I need.
Okay.
Okay.
Stay in touch, Jake.
I will. I need some more information, Robert.
Leo, please, don't do this.
It's done.
I thought we meant something to each other. Don't cheapen what we shared, but...
You can wait for Jake in here.
Yeah, just like old times.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't be too long. We'll head up to the bail here together.
Fine.
I don't think you should get your hopes up at this point.
Do I look optimistic to you?
I just want you to be prepared, that's all.
Why should I start now?
Well, it's just the DA's going to go for the highest possible figure he can get on you.
Yeah, the way things have been going, he'll probably even get a higher price than he'd asked for.
There's a possibility of that as well. Given the fact that one of the state's major arguments at this point is that as a former DVX agent, you may try to flee the country.
And go where? Do you have any idea what would happen to me if I tried to return to my homeland?
I know that. The judge doesn't. His only consideration is going to be that you may try to flee the country. To that end, he's going to put a big price on your head. My guess is it could be as high as 100,000.
Well, if I'm such a desperado, why don't we just make it $1 million? It's not going to make any difference anyway. I couldn't come up with $5,000, much less 100,000.
Can I get you something?
How about a reprieve?
Not mine to give.
I was afraid of that. In that case, I guess I'll settle for a bottle of the house's best champagne. It's my anniversary, you know. 1 year of marriage, and I've got so much to celebrate.
Grant, I'm sorry.
So am I, Robert.
Whitby is still in the dressing room? Oh, she's still changing, huh? Okay. 10 minutes. No, not to worry. I'll catch her when she comes out. Thanks.
This is, Scorpio?
Oh, hi, Josh. What are you doing here?
Your husband suggested that I come speak to you about getting a job here.
Well, that's right. That's right, I remember.
Well, can you help me out?
Let's give it a try. Come on. Lorena?
Oh, what do we have here?
Lorena Sharp, Josh Clayton.
How do you do?
Nice to meet you.
You were saying you were looking for somebody to work in this farm?
Yes, I still am.
Well, I think I might have solved your problem.
Oh, are you interested?
Oh, yes, very.
Oh, well, it's not the most glamorous job in the world by any stretch of the imagination.
I don't care.
You'd have to run errands, make sure there's a constant supply of fresh linen available, stock shelves, unpack cartons, generally help out wherever you're needed.
I can handle it. Besides, I need the money.
Well, I like a man who doesn't read around the bush.
Oh, actually, I'm a songwriter.
He's a very good one, too.
Oh, but not good enough at it to make a living?
Well, I'm kind of having problems with my manager and gotta lay low for a while. So I think this job should tie me over, until I straighten things out.
Well, I think we can take care of you while you do.
You mean I'm hired?
As of this very moment. We'll discuss your salary later.
Great, thanks.
Yes. Well, you're welcome. When would you like to start?
Well, is now too soon?
Not at all. You can begin by helping Holly out in the boutique. All right with you?
I was just about to suggest it. As a matter of fact, a shipment of clothes just came in, needs unloading. If you could help me with that.
Sure, fine.
Okay. Might as well start now.
Hey, thanks again.
Welcome aboard. Wait for me in the boutique, would you? Yes.
Sure.
Sylvia? Yes, Holly, what is it? Are you all right? I'm in a hurry. I just couldn't help noticing how upset you seemed today. Is there anything I can do for you? If only you could. Would you like to talk about it? No, not here at any rate. Well, I always find that talking about my problems really helps, especially with my husband, Robert. He's the last one I could talk to. My husband is a very busy man. Well, then by all means, you need a sympathetic ear. All right, then. I'll see you in an hour, Holly. Okay. I'm sorry I'm late. I just got here myself. I had some things to do. It's been the most dreadful day. Why didn't you tell me what's bothering you? It's so difficult to explain. Well, I'm more than willing to try to understand. Oh, I do need somebody to talk to. Go ahead. Anything I might tell you would have to be kept in the strictest of confidence. Oh, of course. If it ever got out that... Oh, dear. Excuse me, I'll let you... what is it? Just make a quick trip to the ladies' room. Leo?
I'm sorry to intrude, but I just want to let you know, Sylvia, that the shipment that you ordered, it's going to be delivered on time. I never make promises I can't keep. Well, I have to get back to my table. My boss is waiting. Enjoy your lunch.
Sylvia? Are you sure you're okay? No. What's wrong? I'm ill. Well, where does it hurt? All over. Can I get you something? Just take me to the hospital at once. If it's that serious, well, maybe we should call an ambulance. Whatever. Just get me to Dr. Alan Quartermain immediately. He's right here. Alan, quick, come over here, will you?
Holly.
Oh, doctor, thank goodness you're here.
What seems to be the problem?
I don't know. I'm deathly ill.
Well, what did you eat?
I haven't eaten yet. I don't know what caused it, but whatever it is, I feel awful. It just came on so suddenly. It didn't. I'm afraid something's dreadfully wrong with me.
Listen, I think that we better get you over to the hospital.
Yes, please, as soon as possible.
Can you walk?
I think so.
Okay, come on, lean on me.
I hope you're feeling better.
Okay, just take it easy.
Alan, look, I'll be here. Call me.
Hi.
Hi. You through for the day?
And not a moment too soon.
Oh, bad day, huh?
Well, what with everything else that's happening, it turns out to be Grant and Celia's anniversary.
I know.
They had a meeting this afternoon.
Well, what happened?
Well, I wasn't there, but I had an officer who was. I didn't push him for details, but judging by everyone's expression, it couldn't have been too successful.
I feel so sorry for them. Almost makes you feel guilty for our good fortune, doesn't it?
Speak for yourself. It's because they got a few problems. I mean, I should feel guilty. I lucked into marrying you. That I feel happy. Not guilty.
Well, they say we get the luck we deserve.
Well, I don't know what I do to deserve you, but I want to go right on doing it.
Want to go out for a nice romantic dinner tonight?
No.
No? What do you mean, no? What have you got against romance?
Nothing against romance. It should be taken out of the motels and put back into the drive-ins where it belongs.
You are a really hard liner.
Only about the things that I regard as important. Now, take this evening, for instance. I want an early night. You, me, and a bottle of wine.
You, me, a bottle of wine, huh?
All I want to know is if Leo's my boss.
Well, you'll have to ask Lorena. Why? Is he giving you a hard time?
No, he's not doing anything. It's just, he's acting kind of weird. No, I think I'm going to get in trouble for it.
When you say weird...
Well, Lorena asked me to service the gym equipment this morning, and I told her I didn't know how. So she said Leo would help me. So I set up a time with Leo, and instead of helping me, he makes a phone call, grabs some flowers, and takes off.
Some flowers. Did he say where he was going?
No, I didn't say anything. He just flew out the door, just gone.
Actually, I've got a pretty good idea where he was going.
Yeah, but that doesn't help me with the gym equipment, huh?
Well, don't worry. I'll speak to Lorena about that. And in the meantime, would you watch the boutique for me? I'm just going to go out for a little while.
Hey, sure.
Oh, and if Robert calls, just tell him I'll get in touch with him before lunch.
You got it.
You wanted to see me.
That'll be all, officer. Thank you.
Sorry I didn't have time to shower, Robert. You know, the invitation came up so suddenly.
Like to sit down?
No, I'll take it standing up. I have to assume it's fairly important for you to have dragged me all the way up here.
You could say that.
So give it to me.
The hearing's been set. You'll be formally indicted before the day's out.
I trust my attorney has been notified.
I told Jake earlier. He's got a few calls to make, but he said he'd be here later.
Shame I can't take any comfort in that. Would you mind if I wait for Jake here?
Please.
I knew that something was going on for a long time. I warned you, Robert.
I remember. You said you were being framed.
I just didn't know why he was doing it.
Did you share these early suspicions with your wife?
Yep. I told Celia.
She claims it's all in your head.
I know. She honestly believes that. Chances are 6 to 1 the jury will as well.
You better hope that Jake finds some proof.
How long do we have?
Till the trial?
Yeah.
Not long, I'm afraid. The DA's going to push for an early date.
Just as well, I guess. Might as well get it over with, huh?
Hey, look. You got one of the best attorneys around. He will find an appropriate defense for you.
And if he doesn't? If I am convicted and I'm sent to prison, Robert, I want you to do me a favor.
Anything.
Take care of Celia for me.
You talking to me as a friend or a cop?
The way I see it is somebody went to a great deal of trouble to frame me. Now, the odds are pretty good that Celia was the prize. I want the right person looking after her.
I'll see she stays amongst friends.
Not the Quartermans. She may trust them, but I don't. Most importantly, keep her the hell away from Grant Putnam. Keep her away from Alan and Edward. Those three are only going to bring her more grief.
Okay, mate. I'll look after her as best I can.
Thank you.
Feet. Are they letting you out?
Oh, yes, Polly. Giving me a clean bill of health.
No, that's okay. I got it.
Silly me. I tore up my bill before I even paid it.
A little tape will fix that, right?
Exactly what I had in mind. Do you have a ride home? Well, actually, well, yes. Leo's offered me a lift.
Lorena lent me the limo.
Oh, that was nice of her. Is that a new service for preferred customers? Must be it.
Well, shall we go?
Oh, by all means. Good seeing you, Holly. Take care of yourself.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll see that she does.
Yes, Robert Scorpio, please. Holly Scorpio. Hi, I need to see you. Is this afternoon? Okay, I'll meet you there.
Okay, love, what time then? All right. See you then. Bye.
You know, we can talk somewhere else if you've got business here.
Now, as it turns out, I have an appointment in the interrogation room. I'll tell my secretary to leave you guys undisturbed.
Thanks, Robert. I now have reason to believe that Grant Andrews is innocent.
You mean more than the man's word?
Some potentially concrete evidence.
Well, the potential sounds great, but can you deliver it for the trial?
Well, if my investigation pays off, and if Grant continues to cooperate, and if certain people who have refused to cooperate change their minds, well, then yes, I think I have a pretty good chance, Robert.
That's a lot of ifs.
Only if you're counting.
All right. How can I help you?
Your continued cooperation would be great.
You got that? Anything else?
Yeah. You're a crackerjack investigator, Robert. I'm just, you know, a gumshoe novice second class. I was wondering if I could count on your assistance in the investigation.
Look, my main concern is that Grant gets a just and fair trial. To that end, I'll do whatever I can.
Can I get more specific?
Go ahead.
I'm going on the assumption of a frame-up.
The perpetrator?
Grant Putnam.
Go on.
Coincidence number one. Both Grants show up at the ski resort together. Now, Grant Andrews claims that he got that weekend because of a promotional stunt. Personally, I don't buy it.
Before you start snooping around there, I can save you a whole lot of time. Now, the travel agent, who incidentally was a woman, was promoting the Mount Alpine Lodge for a payoff.
You spoke to her?
Well, I can't. She left town and didn't leave a forwarding address.
Dead end.
Now, wait a minute. Now, don't give up that easily. There's quite a few irregularities in this case, all worth investigating.
Such as?
Specifically, two. Just because the travel agent is no longer around, it doesn't end there. Look at the coincidence that the fact that those two guys happen to be there together. More of a coincidence that Andrews turns out to save Putnam's life.
Which is how Andrews got into the will in the first place.
And establishes the motive for doing him in.
You said there were two.
The missing Dr. Campbell, who's been a thorn in my side for some time now. All I have to show for that is a key, part of a garter, and a belt buckle, all found in the Port Charles River.
No body.
Or reason, or motive, or anything else for that matter.
So you think that Campbell is connected with the two Grants?
It's a possibility.
Is the investigation ongoing?
Until it's solved, it'll always be ongoing, but let me warn you. You start snooping around there, you might uncover a few things that are going to do your client more harm than good.
Well, I'd much rather find that out now, Robert, than later.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Thanks, Robert. I'll be sure and let you know if I come up with anything.
Sure.
Wait a minute. Campbell was Grant Putnam's psychiatrist, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Just what is your theory?
That Campbell came across something, and that something ultimately cost him his life.
See you later.
Hi.
Hi. Guess what? Something's up at the spa.
Membership, I hope.
I mean, something nefarious.
Such as?
Well, I'm not sure, but it seems to be revolving around that Leo character.
Oh, he's a character, all right. I kind of envy his job, though.
All those half-naked women.
No paperwork.
Joking aside, though,
Can you get a make on him?
You want me to check him to see if the guy's got a record?
Exactly.
Why?
I think that there's something going on.
You think?
Things that I've noticed at the spa.
Look, you want me to check into a guy's personal life, pry and delve, yet you won't tell me why. Now, until you do, the answer's no.
Okay, I'll tell you the whole story.
What? You've got 2 minutes, so give me the abridged version, huh?
Okay, you know Sylvia Whitby.
Yeah, hangs around the spa a lot.
Married, loads of money. I think she was having an affair with Leo.
Would seem to indicate that it's over.
Just like that.
Well, that's what happens when you muck about with married women. He hasn't come on to you, has he?
No, be serious. Sylvia is obviously scared to death of him. She even checked into a hospital. presumably to get away from him.
Well, there you go. That's easily explained. They were having an affair, he's dumped her, and now the old bird's upset about it.
Prove it to me.
What?
Well, if it's as you say it is, then get the make on Leo and show how foolish I am.
Don't bait me.
I know what it is. You're scared you'll find something.
Okay. But when it's all over, I'm not even going to say, I told you so.
I don't know. Girls are just girls, you know. I'm too busy writing songs to have to worry about them.
What, are you telling me you don't have a girlfriend?
Girls my own age don't do anything for me.
Yeah, well, that leaves younger ones and older ones.
Older.
That's a good way to get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, ask Leo.
Oh, what about Leo?
Well, he and Sylvia were over there, and you know Sylvia's much older than he is. But, I mean, you should have seen them.
Well, since I didn't, why didn't you tell me?
Well, let me put it to you this way. They were real cozy, you know, like two people,
Who were lovers?
No way. That's ridiculous. Leo wouldn't mess with the patrons. I mean...
Josh, tell me, did you hear anything they were saying?
No, I don't eavesdrop on people.
Oh, no, not purposefully, but sometimes, you know, we hear things.
Did you see Miss Wood?
I'd like you to do something for me.
What?
Keep an eye on them.
Don't you mean an ear?
Or any ear and eye, doesn't matter, whatever. Just keep an eye on what they're up to.
Well, so we'll, be like detectives, huh?
So there you are.
I don't know, Holly. Maybe, what if Lorena finds out?
Well, I'll see that she doesn't. And if she does, I'll take care of it. Don't worry, you won't get into trouble.
What's in it for me?
Well, we get to spend some time together. It'll be fun.
Yeah? You mean I could, bring my guitar down here and play some songs or something?
Sure, why not?
Great. All right, we'll be a team.
Like Holmes and Watson.
All you want me to do is keep an eye on them, right?
Right. The key thing is to find out whether they're lovers.
Nah, no way. I mean, they can't be in love.
Prove it.
Hey.
That's all I want to know.
You're on.
He's as good as in the bucket.
You think so, do you?
An airtight case, Commissioner. Next stop, Attica. Well, I have to compliment you, Commissioner. You and your staff have done an excellent job in helping me build a case against Grant Andrews.
I think it pretty well built itself.
Yeah, well, he certainly made my job easier. I wish I had a case like this to prosecute every day.
I take it you're pretty confident of a conviction.
I can practically guarantee it.
No loose ends?
Just one. Tying it up would give me an airtight case.
What's that?
His wife, Celia.
I was afraid you were going to bring that up.
Can you think of a better star witness for the prosecution?
We've got a good case without her.
I want it stronger, foolproof.
Don't we all? But we can't always get what we want. Despite my best effort, she won't testify.
Can't you see the look on the faces of that jury? If she gets up there and says she saw Grant in bed with that Roscoff girl, heard him say that he needed the money to get out of town.
Look, we're going to have to forget that we got that information off Tanya.
Talking about a hostile witness. Getting it out of her would be as hard as getting it out of Andrews himself.
Why are we belaboring this point?
I need your help, Robert.
How?
Get Celia Andrews to change her mind. You're a friend.
True.
And you agree she should be testifying.
Yeah, in that world of most perfect prosecutors' worlds, yes, but I'm a cop, and I don't deal in the perfection of life.
Give it a try.
This cop has given it his best.
Then let Scorpio, the friend, make a stab at it.
I'm going to forget you said that.
I mean, I'm not asking you to do anything illegal.
No, just unethical. At least in my book. And the answer's no.
You brought me the charges, Robert. I mean, don't you owe it to yourself to see that you have the best case possible? Look, if Celia Andrews is your friend, then give her a chance to change her mind. It's the least you can do.
Excuse me.
Oh, yes, love.
I couldn't help overhearing. Is he suggesting that you use your friendship with Celia to pressure her into testifying against Grant?
Holly,
I want to know, is that what you're doing?
I was trying. Whatever it takes, Mrs. Scorpio.
Well, if it means using a friendship, then it's not much of a friendship, is it?
Oh, the district attorney and I are way ahead of you on that one.
I can't persuade you.
You're on your own, I'm afraid.
Were you tempted, Robert?
What?
To use your friendship with Celia? To lean on her to testify against her husband?
I think you know me better than that.
Just checking. But I'm sure the DA is pretty miffed with you at the moment.
I still think it's a duty. However, I believe she'll come round without any undue pressure from us.
How can you be so sure?
She believes Grant to be guilty.
Is that enough?
She doesn't want him to get off.
It's that simple, is it?
I think so.
Well, I don't know what Celia's going to do, but I tell you this. I don't think I could do it. Not if I loved him as much as she did.
Attempted murder has a way of dampening affection. And you must consider the fact also that Grant lied. Add to that the fact that 2 doctors stated that that blow to the back of the head wasn't severe enough to keep him knocked out for that period of time, and there was no trace of any drugs in his system.
Yeah, I know.
Well, so you tell me.
Agreed. That aspect of Grant's story is awfully weak.
Weak? It's ludicrous. The man couldn't have implicated himself more if he'd openly confessed.
Would he be that stupid?
Oh, call it desperate. I can't explain it.
Maybe there is something that you've all overlooked that would shed a different light on all of this.
I've been over the evidence and the testimonies about a dozen times. Everything points to his guilt. We do have one unanswered question, however. That of the missing Dr. Campbell.
You think maybe that's related?
Till I find him, I'm not going to know what happened to him. We do have a couple of inconsistencies that kind of make this crime rather too convenient. That bothers me. But there are no serious flaws.
No, I guess not. Well, I guess we should be both getting off to work.
Yeah, I've got a tough day ahead of me.
Yeah, well, you're not the only one.
You too?
I was thinking of Celia. I just hope the DA doesn't lean on her too hard. In her state of mind, she's liable to crack.
Mrs. Whitby, what a pleasure to see you.
Leo, please up. May I talk to you?
We are just about to be finished, if you'll excuse us for a moment.
Yeah, we'll do it somewhere else, right?
Yeah, well, she's got to come out sometime.
Don't worry, love, you're never going to see it happen. All right, clear all those reporters out of there, will you?
I'll get right
And when you've done that, you come back here, you can escort Miss Roscoff out of the building.
You got it. Exactly. Are you all right?
Yeah, I think so. They always act like that?
No, today they're on their best behavior.
See what I mean? You want to go through that for the rest of your life? Stick with me.
I'm all right. Just thrown a little off guard, that's all.
Tanya, for your own sake, leave me alone. When you walk out that door, make it for the last time.
Grant, I'm going to see you as much as I can. As much as he'll let me.
It's really not up to me. Surprised if he didn't.
So that means if he does, then I can't come to the trial.
That's right. Or anybody else who's not directly connected with the case.
Good.
Yeah.
Coast is clear.
You ready?
No. I'll go anyway.
Look up. Nice move.
Save the sarcasm.
I mean it. That couldn't have been easy for you. However, I think it's the best for both of you.
I had to do it.
It's a pity you couldn't have summoned up the willpower a couple of weeks ago to do it. Maybe if you'd have stayed faithful to your wife, you wouldn't be in this mess now.
Oh, Holly, it's you.
Who were you expecting?
No one. What did you want?
I just wanted to tell you that the watch you ordered has come in. I didn't think you'd want such an expensive piece of jewelry lying around the boutique.
Dear.
What's wrong?
I'd forgotten all about it.
Oh, no problem. It just came in.
No, you don't understand. I can't buy it now.
Why not?
Do you have any idea what that watch cost?
Well, yeah, I know exactly how much it is. But you knew it was expensive when you ordered it.
Yes, but that was before.
Before what?
Before the roof fell in.
Sylvia, do you want to talk about this?
I can't. Not here.
Well, then let's go someplace else.
Where?
I'll have a volunteer take over in the boutique, and we can go and talk at my house.
And I guess I do need to talk to someone. I'm losing my mind. If you really want to help me, there is one thing you can do.
Oh, what's that?
Return that watch. Tell them your customer changed her mind.
I can't.
Well, then say she left town and claim she died if you had to. I don't care, but just don't hold me to that promise to buy the watch.
But we had it engraved as you requested it. Remember you wanted a lion on the back?
Don't remind me.
But I can't return it. And what am I going to do with a watch with a lion on the back?
Well, maybe you can sell it. The lion is a symbol of the sign of one of the zodiacs.
Leo. Yes. The Leo that lion is significant to is nothing to do with astrology, is it?
What do you mean?
He's very much alive, and if I'm right, he's giving you an awfully hard time.
Well, why do you say that?
He's the one who drove you into hospital. And I don't mean giving you a ride, right?
Yes.
I'm good. Sorry. Here you go.
Thank you.
Don't you think it's about time that you talked about this to somebody?
I have to do something.
Well, talk to me about it. Maybe I can help you.
No, I need some help.
Well, I can't do anything for you until you tell me what's going on.
If I do, you must promise me that it is in the strictest confidence.
You have my word.
All right. It all started when Amanda, Mrs.
Anybody home?
Oh, hello, Robert. Please, Commissioner. Robert, you remember Sylvia?
Sure. Hi.
What are you doing home?
I've dropped by to pick up some papers. I've got to get straight back. They're selecting jurors for Grant's trial today. What are you two up to?
Oh, nothing much. Just some girl talk, right?
I have to go. But goodbye.
Did I interrupt something?
Apparently.
She seemed rather upset.
Yes, she is.
Well, what's the problem?
Well, I was just about to find out when you burst in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You had no way of knowing. How was your day going so far?
I've had better.
What happened?
Well, for starters, Tanya dropped in to see Grant this afternoon.
Oh, I shouldn't think it's a good idea for them to be seen together.
You and Jake think alike.
Well, what happened with the meeting?
Short, sad story. He basically cut her out of his life.
Why?
Well, for her own good, I imagine. She was very broken up about it.
Yes, well, I can imagine. Grant seems to be leaving a trail of broken women in his wake.
Well, in Tanya's case, I mean, what else can you do? Unfortunately, the guy really doesn't have a choice, although I doubt that she'll see it that way.
Great relief. It's absolutely essential that this trial be as closed off as possible.
I guess the State Department's taking a bit of heat on this one, right?
You wouldn't believe it. It seems like every special interest group in Washington, D.C. has come down on us. Not to mention the newspapers and magazines. We have gotten nothing but criticism for allowing Grant Andrews to defect to the United States. I'll tell you the truth, I'm beginning to wish we never had. Mr. Andrews,
Secretary Jackson, can you explain to us exactly what is the government's involvement in this case?
I have no comment to make at this time.
Do you and the Attorney General regret your support for the accused after he asked to defect?
You heard the Undersecretary, no question.
Is it true that heads are going to roll in the State Department for allowing an attempted murder into this country?
Is the State Department considering deportation proceedings against Andrews if he's found guilty?
Some sort of trade-off, one of ours for Grant.
You don't have to hear this too much. Excuse me, fellas, ladies, please.
Hey, cutie, here's the key to your cash drawer.
Oh, Robert, thank heavens. I thought I'd lost it. Where did you find it?
You leave that pile of junk on your dresser? I thought you might need it.
Need it? I was really beginning to panic there. You are an angel.
I keep telling them that down at headquarters.
Excuse me, is there a Mrs. Beatrice Lesueur here?
I'm sorry, she isn't here at the moment. She should be in soon, though. Can I help you?
Yeah, I have this package for her. It has to be signed for.
Well, I could sign for it in her name.
Line 6.
This isn't forgery, is it, Mr. Commissioner?
Thank you.
Thank you. What?
That's my famous cat impression. You know, the same animal that died of curiosity.
Of course I'm curious. This is from one of the best jewelry stores in town.
But let me tell you how to find out what's in the package then.
How?
Ask Beatrice.
Morning, Beatrice.
Oh, hello, Holly. Somebody told me that there was a messenger with a package for me.
I signed for it.
Oh, my goodness, it's from Trumbull's. My goodness. Oh, I think they have such beautiful things. I wonder what's in it.
That is Holly.
Oh, well, what a lovely way to start the day. Thank you, Holly.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry I got you ladies now.
Now, look, I can't hang around here any longer. You will tell me, of course. Beatrice comes across the front door, won't you?
Wait.
Yeah?
Wait. Avalon Spires, can I help you? This is Holly Scorpio. Oh, morning, Bert. How are you? Yes, he is. Just a minute. Ramsey.
I said I was calling in here on the way to the office, you know. Yes, Bert. The Porchenko notes? Yeah, of course I do. Oh, Higgins is back? Good, I'll take over from here. No, thanks, mate. Yeah. Talk to you later, bye.
Who's Higgins?
He was the janitor at Festival Hall. He's an alibi of Grant's. He's just got back.
A solid alibi?
Who knows? So far, the guy's batting 0 and he's running out of time.
How do you mean?
Jury selection started yesterday.
How long will that take?
Well, the DA's office is going to push to probably have it completed by Friday. If that happens, we'll be in court on Monday.
It's rough for Celia.
It's hardly beer and Skittles for Grant.
Oh, I know that. I was just thinking the state she's in, and now that she's under the gun.
What do you mean? You mean deciding whether to change tracks and testify for the prosecution?
Right, it must be rough for her.
Well, she's not the only one with that decision to make. Putnam's going to have to make it, too.
Have you seen Beatrice's necklace?
No, I haven't.
Do you believe she calls this gorgeous piece of jewelry a bauble? Can you believe calling something like that a bauble?
Well, actually, Monica, I've never known quite what a bauble is, but it's certainly elaborate.
Thank you. It's actually a piece of glass, an inexpensive piece of costume jewelry.
Oh, really? Are you sure, Beat? I mean, are you sure?
I'm quite sure. My dear, I can tell the real thing from an imitation 20 yards away. It's just Dukey's little joke, that's all.
Joke?
Yes. It's a game he plays with me over the years. First he sends a bauble like this. Then within hours, the real thing arrives.
Within hours?
Always.
That's some kind of joke. Some kind of game.
It amuses him. And of course I love him for it. He's such a dear, sweet man.
Excuse me. Is that today's newspaper?
Yeah, I imagine so. You know, the women, they leave them all over the place.
May I have one?
Sure. Yeah, here's today's right there.
Thanks. Oh, no. Pussy.
Doing your homework, eh, Jake?
Robert, perfect timing. Mr. Higgins have just given me the lead I was hoping for.
Is that a fact, Mr. Higgins?
Just telling what I know.
Well, that's always the best policy. I'm Robert Scorpio, police commissioner.
So?
Would it be all right if I just interrupted?
Please, go right ahead.
One quick question for you, Mr. Higgins.
I hope it's quick. I've got my work to do.
Don't we all? As already stated, you gave Grant Andrews a message.
I did.
And he made a positive ID on the photograph.
Right. Now, here's the question. Who gave you the message to deliver?
Perfect. My next question.
Who gave me the message? I wondered when you were going to ask me that.
Why?
Because it was all part of a little joke.
A joke?
Yeah, because the man in the photograph gave me the note to give to himself. You know, kind of a scheme.
What?
Wait a minute. Are you trying to tell us that Grant Andrews gave you the message to have delivered to himself?
That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. The man was married. He said he needed an excuse to get away from his girlfriend.
Wait a minute. Are you sure it's the same man?
I told you, didn't I?
How? How can you be so sure it's the same man?
How can I not be? He had the same face, the same hair, the same everything. There's no doubt in my mind.
Where do you think you're going? Wait, Sylvia!
I just saw her in the massage room. You know, she's pretty shook up.
Yes, I saw them. Thanks, Josh.
Sure.
Leo? What was all that about?
What?
Sylvia.
It's nothing.
I saw her. She was crying. What did you say to her?
I didn't even get a chance to say anything to her. You know, I swear I will never understand some women. You just never know how they're going to react.
React to what?
Well, you know how it is. You try to be nice to them, and then they jump to all kinds of assumptions, and then you have to set them straight.
What did you set Sylvia straight about?
Well, you know the old phrase, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Some of them just have to learn the hard way.
Cynthia, you all right?
I know. I'm at my wit's end.
Well, what are you doing here?
I thought maybe if I had spent a day at the spa, I could stop thinking.
Sure. Can you take over here for a minute for me? Of course. Thanks. I expect you saw the newspapers this morning.
Picture of Tanya? Yes.
Well, I know it won't make much difference, but they'll print anything to sell papers.
Well, it doesn't matter, now that I've made up my mind.
About what?
I've just decided to testify against Grant.
Celia, have you thought this through?
Yes.
And you're absolutely sure?
No, there's one thing I'm sure of, and that's that I am through thinking of how to do things best for Grant, especially after today.
I thought some tea might help you relax a bit.
Thank you. That was very nice of you, but I'm afraid no matter how relaxed I get, I'm not going to change my mind. More and more, I know that I should do what the district attorney wants me to do.
Testify against your husband.
My husband, whose lover is on the front page today.
Have you told the district attorney you're going to be testifying against Grant?
No, not yet. The only other person I've talked to is Grant Putnam.
What was his reaction?
He said I should remember the good times I had with Grant.
I think that's good advice.
He also brought up my honeymoon and the fact that Grant protected me from the DVX.
What did you say to that?
Oh, Holly, you know as well as I do. It all came out when Grant was exposed as a spy. My honeymoon was a sham. I didn't really know then, though, what was going on. When I think back, Fletcher was with us at every minute. I mean, it was more like a honeymoon for three than the traditional two.
Well, that's true, but don't you see that's long past? I mean, don't you think you're reaching awfully far back to justify testifying against your husband?
I don't care how far back it was. My husband was living a lie.
Be honest, Celia. Maybe there's another reason.
What other reason?
Tanya?
That is not the determining factor.
Isn't it? Listen, I'm your friend, and I feel I have to say this, but isn't it more than a coincidence that Tanya's picture was in the paper today, and then all of a sudden you're leaning towards helping the district attorney?
What are you getting at, Holly?
The oldest motive in the world, jealousy.
I am not jealous.
Well, maybe not consciously, but deep down, if jealousy is your motive, you've got to know that that's wrong.
Do you honestly think that I am acting out of jealousy?
Maybe you are. I mean, maybe you're not realizing it. But it is possible, don't you agree?
Oh, maybe it is possible.
You do know that Grant's relationship to Tanya shouldn't influence you. Not when the rest of your husband's life is hanging in the balance.